I recently read 2 books that completely changed my mindset. 4-Hour Workweek was the one of them, and the other one is Die with Zero. And basically, if you've never heard about those books, they are all about maximizing life experience. And when I read those books, it kind of changed something in me. I always had that hustle mentality, you know, kind of do my personal thing, do my work thing, try to grind all the time, figure something out, etc, etc. And I'm kind of was postponing all the fun stuff in life for some time later. I always thought that, you know, it's gonna be the time when I'm gonna do something, when I'm gonna finally figure it out, and then I can rest and enjoy life. But after reading those 2 books, it kind of struck me that I don't need to wait all this time. I can still do my own stuff and still maximize the life fulfillment, take everything I can from the life. So after that realization came to me, I figured out that, you know, I need to plan some adventures, I need to plan some trips, so like, you know, find the way to make my life more enjoyable. And to give you a quick overview, my partner Aurora and I, you will see Aurora later in this video, we live in Arizona, and Arizona is such a beautiful state. There's so many things we can see here, so we decided to plan a little trip for ourselves. And currently we're in the middle of the summer, so we thought it would be kind of cool to find something with the water so we can refresh ourselves a little bit. As you know, in Arizona it's always super hot, and we found that really nice trail. It's called Wet Beaver. I'll talk a little bit more about it during the video, but basically I want to advise you guys before it's too late to take all the enjoyment from life and basically maximize your life experiences. And without further ado, let me take you with me to the journey. Alright guys, so it's a day of the trip, you know, we're getting ready. We're probably gonna leave around 4 p.m. because it's super hot, so we're gonna spend the night there. But so far we played some pickleball in the morning, and now we're just gonna drive and get some breakfast. So you can say hi to everyone. And here's some coffee that we got. And basically, let me tell you about the hike that we're going on. It's gonna be a hike a little bit north of Phoenix, so it's probably 3.5 hours drive from here, from Tucson. It has a couple of names. It's either the Crack or the Wet Beaver, but basically it's a 8-mile hike. I mean, I think it's 7 miles. It's 3.5 one way and 3.5 the other. And then after you like make a hike, you know, there's a big lake and like cliffs that you can jump from. I'll put some videos so you can see what I'm talking about. And yes, I've mentioned before, we're gonna chill here for a little bit because it's too hot to leave in the middle of the day. And then we're gonna hit the road around 4 p.m. We're gonna drive there, spend the night, and then in the early morning we're gonna hike, so it's not that hot, you know. But yeah, now we're just waiting for our breakfast, and it's gonna be here soon. I'll show you what we got and I'll keep you updated. We got some of those little donuts, and as you can see, here's like little pieces of bacon in it. Me not being American, that's wild to me that people can eat bacon, basically meat with like something sweet. I still don't comprehend it that well. Alright, so we got our food, and here's what we got. And she got some fruits and egg benedict, and I got some quesadilla with potatoes and stuff. So we made a super quick stop by the store because it's gonna be so freaking hot and during the hike, so I got myself a hat like this one. It's Arizona Diamondbacks. I'm not a fan, but it was a nice hat. And Aurora got herself a little fisherman hat. So yeah, we're gonna go do some shopping and we're gonna hit the road really soon. We got the snacks ready. We went to the store before we went on the trip. We got the movie downloaded on iPad, so we're gonna have some energy after we arrive there. We'll watch the movie. And another thing, when we were checking the weather, it was said severe weather warning for tomorrow. And it's kind of crazy because of how hot it's gonna be. But you know, the good thing that we kind of leaving in the evening and we're gonna camp there and hike early in the morning. That way we're not hiking midday when it's gonna be super hot. I'll catch with you when we arrive there, unless something interesting happens, and I'll keep you updated.
Hello world, wake me up to another good morning, time to go. Oh, we are all looking for adventure. We are all looking for adventure. We are all looking for adventure.
So something just happened. We were like 30 minutes from our destination, and all of a sudden our maps, both on our phones, told us to turn left because there's some big accident or whatever. So we turned left, we're going down that road literally in the middle of nowhere, kind of between the hills, mountains a little bit. And the road was so rough, there was no lights at all, and then it was just a rough road. We had like pretty low car, so it was really scary then. It was like hitting the bottom of the car, all the rocks and everything. So we decided to turn around because that route was like all around the place leading to the destination, but it was just crazy. It looked crazy. So we got back on the main road that is like, you know, that was telling that it's an accident here, and look what happened. It goes like that for another hour. I'll like insert a screenshot from the map here. But that is wild, because it's like literally in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing around. You probably can't see because it's dark, but apparently there's 2 accidents. You can see it right there. I'll try to zoom in. That's like all the line that goes there. And basically, like, the Google Maps say that there's some type of like two car accidents and apparently car fire or whatever. But I'm like wondering like if they didn't remove the car from the road yet or whatever, because that traffic looks slow, like nothing is really moving. So I got on a back seat because my leg got tied, so I can straight it out. But yeah, it looks like we're going, and our destination is only half an hour away. We didn't see any accident or anything, so they must have cleaned it up. But yeah, we're on the way, and it feels good now. It seems like we made it. We found a really good spot. It seems like it's right here, kind of like a touristic info thing. It was definitely a fun ride, a little scary, because after that, you know, after that traffic jam that I showed you before, all the cars started going downhill, because it was like really big downhill, and there were a lot of semi trucks, and you know, when you're going downhill and there's semis running right behind you, it's kind of scary. But either way, we did it, we made it, as to say. And now we're just gonna, let me show you a little accommodation in the car. So it is like that, a little blanket, a little sleeping bag underneath it, and that's how it looks like. And yeah, we're probably gonna watch a little movie that we downloaded on iPad now. I think it's Greenland, the name of the movie that we chose. I'll let you know about this movie tomorrow if we liked it or not. Let's, you know, we're gonna take a quick nap, as to say, and in the morning we're gonna start the hike. Good morning. We got over the night. It was fine night for Aurora. For me it was a little rough because it got so hot in the car. I couldn't sleep for some reason. I was freaking out. And anyways, it was just not enough room in the car. I was getting a little claustrophobic. We got through the night, and now we stopped at the gas station. We brushed our teeth a bit, changed all of that good stuff. Possibly going to get some breakfast now and get ready for a hike. I think we are about 10 to 15 minutes from hike, so it's time to get some breakfast, and that's where we're getting it from. Well, right here. Got our breakfast, eating, and then going hike. And here we are. We just passed the sign Beaver Creek. Well, we're about to pass. I stopped to record it really quick. We are both excited. Are you excited?
I'm so excited. Fire danger very high.
So yeah, we're just driving there, and we're gonna be there very soon. Made it to the trailhead. It's somewhere over there. I'll show you in a second. We're both excited. Check out our feet. So we have the hat that I was talking about before. I have my fishing glasses, a little waterproof bag, and Aurora has a little fisherman hat and a little backpack. And let me show you around. It might look a little sketchy, but the trailhead is that way. Somewhere there, that's where we're gonna walk. And yeah, but it's pretty here. So we got a little sign. Here's Bruce Brockett. So we'll start right here, walk here, and then all the way here, and it says the crack somewhere here, right at the end. That's where the waterfall is. Not the water, but the water lake. So we're gonna start right here. That's a trailhead start, and let's go on the journey. So it's pretty green here for Arizona, and the thing is, there might be some snakes and scorpions because it's like a desert, but I know we'll be fine and careful. Here's where the trailhead started, and here's where we're walking. So it's really cool up here. You can see the mountains, the sky is blue. We saw a sign that recommended us to start before 11, which we exactly did. They have those things in here, like with spiders. And look, there's like a trap, and there's like a big hole inside of there. Probably a super big tarantula, or like the thing from Harry Potter. We actually saw a statistic that around 200 people a year are rescued from these trails. So we kind of did our homework, prepared for it a little bit, grabbed a lot of water. So I have like, what is it? Probably half a gallon here. Aurora has a full water bottle, and then we have water bottles in our backpacks just in case, because as I mentioned, it's 8-mile road trip. There's not a lot of people in here, probably none at this point, and it's gonna be the heat warning, so you know, kind of a little reckless, but it's okay. We, as I said, did our homework, leaving sooner, so everything will be a-okay. We went to a little hill, and as you can see, there's a little different terrain here. It has a little more greenery, and look how pretty the view is. So that's how the trail looks like. That's how we are going. Aurora is doing fantastic, and we're just enjoying it to the fullest. Look who we found, the baby. Okay, so we see people over there. That's definitely a good sign and makes us a little bit calmer about this hike. We went down to a little sign, and we go into the crack. So we're going right there. Aurora already started her way. We took a couple of pictures, and I'm just gonna be following her. We're hearing some water over there, which is very promising. We met probably like 2 groups of people, talked to them a bit. They're heading the same direction. So far, great views. Do you have anything to say? She doesn't have anything to say, but yeah. The best thing that we left in the morning, it's 8:30 a.m. Super pretty, and it's not very hot. We have those pretty mountains on one side, and there's the water on the other side. You probably cannot hear it yet, but we're getting there. It sounds pretty aggressive, so that's kind of cool. There's a little path right here that leads, we're not sure where.
Probably to the water.
Probably to the water, but we're gonna follow the trail. We are not any like super advanced hikers or adventurers, but a good advice for the beginners would be that we follow would be to not lose sight of the trail, because you know, if you're getting lost and you don't know how to navigate compass and maps and other stuff, if you even have maps, a lot of hikes don't have a signal like service, so sometimes it can be hard to place a call or whatever. Oh, look how cool it is here.
Ooh, it's like a cliff.
Yeah, there's a little forest here. Also, when you're preparing like what to take, the first thing, definitely think about how you can take a lot of water to the hike, especially if you hike in the warm places, because you know, at the end of the day you need to drink a lot of water, stay hydrated and stuff. And then take care of some glasses that will protect you from the sun. I got those from Fisher glasses, I call them, from Walmart for like $15. You know, the main goal of them just to sit well on my head and protect me from the sun, because in Arizona it gets so hot. I literally, like, my eyes are in pain if you look at the sun, or even if you don't look at the sun. Then grab a hat with you that you will like and feel comfortable with. Some good shoes that will not give you any blisters or anything. I would not recommend to wear like brand new shoes that you haven't tried before. That's what I learned from the sports, that you know, if you haven't tried the shoes yet and didn't wear them on any practices or anything, they might give you unexpected blisters. And when you're on a long hike, it can really be a bad thing, obviously. So those are kind of a couple of main advices for beginning hikers that we keep in mind and that help us to survive, as to say. We found some water. It's not crazy or anything yet, but we're just getting there.
It's clear. That's a good sign.
Aurora proves it's clear. There's also some bikers on this trail, which sounds like a lot of fun. And no camping and no campfires, but it's really pretty. That's how the trail looks like. So we are excited to keep going.
Yeah.
We keep walking, and the views are gorgeous. It's like big mountains everywhere. And I think we are 2.5 miles down the road. So we have another 1.5 miles to go. And then there's gonna be a famous crack. So I'll probably show you when we get closer there. We saw some people and they said that we're getting closer. This is the kind of rockier part of the hike. Aurora has some stickers in her shoes. That's the view, but it's kinda nice. It's like foresty here, but also the uphill is very significant. So it's definitely interesting terrain. A little adventure, like feels a bit like if you watched ever movies about Indiana Jones. That's how I would imagine it to be. Yeah, so we got like really close to it, and it's right here. And it's all shade here. It feels super good, super cool. A little breather. Do you want to go touch it? Yeah, she's going to touch it. So, and right there she did. Oh, maybe she didn't yet. She's climbing, and she touched it. Not even Indiana Jones, I just thought about it, but more like a game Uncharted. I don't know if you ever played this game. I will put some footage from this game on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. But that's really how it feels like. You have a nice trail and then mountains right next to you. And here's the view, is absolutely beautiful. We are probably another 15 minutes from the crack. We saw a bunch of people, so we're definitely heading the right direction. And as I said, I'm excited about the cliff part because apparently there's some kind of cliff. It's not like super crazy tall, but it is pretty tall, and you can jump from that cliff to the water, so I'm excited about this. It feels so cinematic in here. I hope the video will be able to show it, but yeah, look how sick. It's more mountains, it's foresty there, which is kind of untypical for Arizona, but we're in Sedona part of it, so there's more vegetation here. And now we're just walking down this trail. What are your overall thoughts on hike yet?
Love it. Couldn't get better, except for it could get better because you still have a waterfall.
Yeah, so we have waterfall. Well, I don't think it's a waterfall necessarily, but whatever it is,
Canyon.
we will show you. Okay, so Aurora needs to take a break.
Wow.
There's a little cave right here.
So we're not gonna go in the cave.
We can spend the night here. But then, that's how it looks like. It's so beautiful here, and people are telling us that we're almost there. So that's how it looks like, and Aurora is exploring the cave. We finally got to the place, and it looks exciting from here. There's let me show you. And there it is. It's like there's a water right down there,
Let's go.
which we'll see in a second. Aurora is happy that we made it, and there's people jumping, as you can see. It's wild, that's what we want to do. But yeah, so that's when the fun part starts. It took us a little bit longer than 3.5 miles. It was probably like closer to 4.2 miles, and at the end, like for the last hour, for the last like 40 minutes, it was really rocky, so a lot of climbing. But other than that, I think it's worth it. That's how it is. The water is like literally like green, but nice green. It's like clean green, like crystal green. And then there's a river right there. And I guess you can cross this little bridge right here to jump from a higher cliff. Not sure how it's gonna work now, but yeah, it's super pretty here.
Don't think about it.
Just do it!
That's pretty.
You're already up there. You gotta get down.
Yeah! That looked like a lot of fun. Are we gonna do it? Well, we're probably gonna do a smaller one for sure.
It's right there. It's right there. Okay. Turn around. Turn around.
Dude, it's so good! So it's 11 a.m. Let's take a last look at the crack at Wet Beaver. It was really fun. I bet you guys saw some clips by now, and it's been super cool, super fun experience. It's 11 a.m. as I said, so it's getting pretty hot. Yeah, so there's a lot of people now. They're all jumping, having fun. There's people like swimming there below. So that's super cool place. I'll not be recording a lot on the way back, well, because you already saw the trail and it's getting super warm as I mentioned, so I don't want my phone to overheat. So I'll catch you at the car. We were almost done with the trail and going to the car, and then we heard like some kids' voices, playing next to the water, like next to the trail kinda. And we thought, what if we went off the trail just a little bit and see what's going on there? And look how sick this location is. It's like a little kind of jungle, So let's go see what's going on in there. Yeah, but it's, go on the rocks like that. And yeah, that's what it is. It's like little waterfalls. Look how sick that is. Okay, so let me jump with you. Such a beautiful place, like it feels right between the trees, Definitely a good thing that we saw it. We finally made it. There's Aurora next to the car. And basically the funny thing, when we were going back at like 12 p.m. it was 105 degrees outside. We saw a lot of people just starting their hike and we were like so surprised, like how can you be, well, I mean it's everyone's choice, but it's pretty irresponsible because of how hot it is. And we were talking about that and people were walking with dogs and like you can literally see the dogs, like their paws are getting like too hot. But anyways, we're getting down the hike and that's actually a tent. Like people put up a tent and basically telling everyone that, hey, it's getting too hot, like you need to turn back, and they told us that they turned back 40 people, so that's great what they're doing. We finally got home. I'm going to be honest with you, I forgot to record how we were having food. Basically we stopped at Denny's in Phoenix, we got some food there, and then we just drove back home. We are kind of tired after the trip, not going to lie, but it was extremely great experience, and as I said at the beginning of the video, definitely maximized our life enjoyment at this point, and that trip was well worth it. And just for a second to come back to those things that I was mentioning at the beginning of the video, those two books, I would highly recommend you to read them, 4 Hour Work Week and Die with Zero, and basically do your best to maximize your life experience. Because at the end of the life, when you're old, the things that you're gonna remember is probably not how you were sitting in front of the desk and writing some work report, but all of those enjoyments, little trips, and everything else that you made in life. So try to seize all, at least the majority of opportunities that you have, and I wish you the best of luck in it.